In Brian's book, there is a kind of a reverse thing of this. There was a chiropractor, Dr. Dubin, who was treating a Vietnam veteran who had post-traumatic stress disorder. And this man did do artwork, but it was grey, it was sad. You looked at these pictures and, oof, your gut just went, oh. Dubin treated this man with 30 sessions of light, after which he was painting lovely, big, colourful canvases again. So I was almost tempted to write to Oliver Sacks and said, have you considered light therapy for your patients? And then there's this thing, dyschromatopsia, dichromatopsia, parachromatopsia, dichromatism, daltonism, deuteranopia, or plain old colour blindness. Okay, what are we doing next? All right, we've got all these words, and if you want to look up a word in another language, not your own, what do? Generally, you go to your trusty bilingual dictionary. So I decided to do this. I went to the highly regarded Arabic English dictionary of Dr. J.G. Harver, and I looked up the word jawn. And jawn means black, white, red, intensely black horse. This was a little confusing, I have to say, that something could be both black and white at the same time. But it turns out that this is actually a literary device, something used in the Quran, where a word means both itself and it means its opposite. And this is a way of indicating that Allah is everywhere to everyone at all times. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's timeless. It's all there. So we have another few examples of Al-Adad. Jawn, of course, black and white. Sudfa, meaning light and also meaning darkness. Lamaka, which means he wrote it and he erased it. Yeah. But, so that kind of explains jawn, the black and white, to me. Still a bit puzzled about the red, and I have absolutely no idea about the intensely black horse, but never mind. Black, white, and red, and in that order, are significant for a completely different reason, because that is the order in which colour terms come into languages. So if a language has only two colour terms, it will be black and white, or light and darkness. If they have three colour terms, it'll be black, white, and red. Now, this is not to say that the people don't perceive all the colours. They simply choose to linguistically categorise them in big chunks rather than small chunks. Now, this came out of some research done in 1967 by the linguist Paul Kay and the anthropologist Brent Berlin. Kay and Berlin talked to people from 110 different language groups. These were languages with written traditions and also languages of nomadic peoples who lived in remote valleys or tribes wandering about. And what they did was they got a whole bunch of these little colour chips that you get from the paint store when you're trying to work out what colour you want to paint your walls. They put all these, excuse me, they put out these colour chips and they said to people, could you just put them into the piles of what you think the colours are? And of course some people went black, white, that's it. And some people made 3 piles, and the Russians, because they had to be better than anyone else, had 12 piles. But now in the 42 years since Kay and Berlin did their research, there have been a lot of people challenging it because it's not comfortable to think that we are so predictable. There have been linguists, there have been anthropologists, there have been information technologists, there have been philosophers, there's been cognitive psychologists all trying to prove that the Berlin and Kay research is flawed, but in fact there have been no serious challenges. Somebody will say, oh well, the Himba tribe of Namibia have a different word for brown, and the Barimba tribe of Papua New Guinea have a different term for blue, but in fact nothing seriously has challenged the Berlin and Kay view of things. So let's have a look. What is the order in which things come in? If you have just two color terms, dark, cool, and light, warm, or the black and white. Stage 2, red. Stage 3, either green or yellow.